Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you Sarah's intermediate method for Skewb. Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to execute Sarah's intermediate method with all of the cases that you will possibly need to know for this method. First, let's just start off with some basic info. There are basically two things that you need to know to do Sarah's intermediate method, and they are the sledgehammer and the hedge slammer. The sledgehammer is just this. The algorithm that it is R prime, L, R, L prime, and it switches these two centers and these two centers and orients these corners as such. The hedge slammer is just the complete opposite of it. This algorithm goes like this. L, R prime, L prime, R. And it just does the opposite for the corners. To execute these algorithms, there are many finger tricks available, but I recommend that you watch Tanky Cube's video on how to finger trick a sledgehammer and do a rotationalist U-perm. It's very helpful. Now let's just get started with the cases of Sarah's intermediate method. Okay, firstly, obviously the first step to Sarah's intermediate method is creating one layer, I guess you could call it. And if you don't know how to do that, I would recommend watching a beginner's method, but yeah, just a regular layer with the corners already in place. Now let's just look at the first two cases. Here they are. So it's when the corners are in this shape with the two facing this way and then two out, and then the center that you want to put on the top is white. So, because I did yellow. So this center goes here, and these are pointing this way. When that happens, you just do a hedge slammer, and it'll go up to the top. This is the inverse of this case, where the center that you want to be putting on top, which in this case is orange, is right here, and these are pointing to the right. What you do in this case is you just do a sledgehammer. And then that will solve the top. Let's just take one more look at these. So, we'll do this one. These are pointing to the left, and then the orange you need to put on the top. This is a hedge slammer. Like that. This one, white needs to go on top. The white center is here, and they are pointing to the right. That is a sledgehammer. Okay, those last two cases were the easiest cases, but this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult. Now, we're talking about cases that have the corners right here, so this is red, the red corners, are two facing up and two facing out, like this. Same thing with this one, two facing up, and then two facing out. Now, there are two cases for when the color is on the inside. So whenever you get this case, you just want to take the two corners that are facing out and face them towards you so you can see both of them. Then, you want to find the center that is, we'll find the center. If it's on the inside of these two, so here or here, then you can use these cases. But, however, if they are on this side, we'll get to that in a little bit. So, when it's on the inside, you always want to put it to the left. When you put it to the left, all you do is a sledgehammer. You always do this if it's on the inside of these two corners. So you're going to put it on the left. Here, do a sledgehammer. And then, you're going to turn it over to this way, where you'll have a hedge slammer, or a sledgehammer again, because it's facing this way. And then you have solved your top face. Then, we have this one. It's on the inside, because these two corners are facing out, but this time it's on the right. So, the rule for the inside here is to always put it on the left. You'll just do a sledgehammer, and then this is a hedge slammer to solve it. These next two cases are very similar. It's when you have the same corners, two facing up and two facing out. But this time, the center that you need to put up is on the back. So this is back here, and this is back here. So this one's on the left, and this one's on the right. Let's talk about the right one first. So, when it's in the back and not in these two spots right here, on this side, you always want to put it on the right. So, when it's in the back, it's on the right, and when it's in the front, you always put it on the left. So you put it on the right side, and then you'll just do a sledgehammer, and then you'll have a hedge slammer for this one. Same thing with this one. Remember the rule. You put these here. If it's not in the front, then it must be in the back. You're going to put it on the right, always, if it's in the back. So, do a sledgehammer, and then, over here, another sledgehammer to solve the top layer. Okay, now we start to get into the harder cases, except for this one. This one's really easy, but, okay, so this one has corners facing out and facing forward. It's really easy to memorize because it's just two sledgehammers when the center is already in the right spot, but the corners are like this. So you'll put them so that they're facing to the left, and then you'll just do two sledgehammers. And then it'll be solved. It's really, really easy to do. The next one is when it is facing in the front, when you have these corners like this. When it is in the front. So you can't do a sledgehammer or a hedge slammer. What you do, in this case, is you're always going to put this to the back. Then, you'll do a sledgehammer, turn it this way. When it's in between the two that are facing, you always turn to the right. Then you'll do another sledgehammer, and then turn it back, and then you'll have a hedge slammer. Similarly with this case, it's when the two are facing here, but this time the center's not here, it is here. So again, you'll put it in the back, but this time you're going to turn the entire cube to the left. Sledgehammer, left, sledgehammer, and then turn it back. Then you have a hedge slammer to solve it. Okay, this here is by far my least favorite case. It is when you have two corners facing up and then two facing out. I'm just going to do it twice here because I want to explain it to you. And then the center that you need to do is on top. What you do in this case is you're going to have them like this. You just want to face this one to the right and this one forward. It's like the beginner's method on a 3x3 when permuting the edges after doing the cross. Okay, then you're just going to do a sledgehammer like this. Turn it this way, a sledgehammer, and then turn it this way again, and a hedge slammer. I'll do it one more time. You want to this way, with the corners. Sledgehammer, sledgehammer, and then a hedge slammer. And that'll solve it. Oh yes, and there is one more case, but it's really, really easy. This case is when you have the center is here, and it needs to go here, and all the corners are orientated correctly. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put the center that needs to be orientated or put up here in the back. You'll do a sledgehammer, turn it back so that this is facing towards you, and then do another sledgehammer, and then it'll be solved. It's really easy, it's just I almost forgot it. Okay, those are all of the permuting the upper center, the opposite center cases, but then these are the last layer cases, and they're all very easy. This one right here is just a U-perm. What you do is it's just three centers that need to be swapped. So it's this one, this one, and this one. What you do is you're going to put the top one into the right spot. So this one goes here, so you just do a sledgehammer into the right spot, turn it all the way around, and then put this one into the right spot. So another sledgehammer. It's really easy. It's just basically a sledgehammer, a U2 or of the whole cube, so a Y2, and then it's another sledgehammer. Really easy. So you just... And this is a land Skewb, so it's not very fast. And the next case is also very simple. There's a little trick that you can only use sledgehammers for. It's the Z-perm, and it switches these two centers and these two centers. What you do is you just put one of these centers up. You can't put this one up, obviously, because it doesn't work. You have to find two and then put one of them up above the other one so that you'll have two on both sides. Then you just do a sledgehammer 3 times. And then you fix your move and it's solved. The last one is an H-perm. Now you can always just do 2 U-perms, but I suggest watching Tanky Cube's video on the H-perm because it's a very fast and fun H-perm that I like to do. It looks like this. Oops. Kind of messed up a little bit. But you can always do 2 U-perms. And then this one here. Like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial and found it useful. I'm just going to be doing a couple solves of my Skewb. Trust me, I'm not the fastest Skewber there is in the world, but I just wanted to show you how good this method can be. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.